Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about school essentials. Jamie's in year 8, so she's had a full year of experience in high school and knowing what to take. When we started last year, Jamie got all the things that were on the book list, but then when she got to school, she realised that there was some few other things organisational that she thought would be a lot more beneficial. So we went out and got some more things. And this year, we instead of getting what was on the book list, we got all of the main textbooks that you have to get for every subject. But then things like that she needs to take notes in, we decided to get what she found useful last year for this year. So do you want to take us through it, Jamie?
Okay. Start with this case. Last year I just had
a smaller pencil case.
It was only one zip, so it was all in this one compartment. But this year it'll be a lot easier having 3, because this one I've got for grey leads, pens, sharpeners and rubbers or erasers. The bottom one I've got texters and highlighters, and then the middle one I have coloured pencils, so it's going to be a lot easier. So the first folder, this is my humanities folder. I've put my textbook at the front so I can see it, and I thought getting see-through folders would be a lot easier because I can just look at it and I know what subject it is. This one's only got an exercise book for the textbook. I haven't put a notebook in here, but I might swap a notebook from another one if I end up not using it in that class and needing to use it in this one.
So you've got your main textbook for doing assignments or questions or things like that. Is that what that's for?
Yes. So this one I do have a notebook. This is my art folder. I've only got 2 things and there wasn't a textbook for art. So I've got this visual art diary, which will be good because, it's art. And then I've got a notebook for, can't remember the name of it, but it's when you normally have single periods, you would do just questions and not actual physical art.
These books are really good. We got all of this stuff from Officeworks, and this came in a pack of 5, didn't it?
Yes.
And it was cheaper than buying them individually, which was really good. Good for the budget.
Yes.
And next we have...
This is my science folder. This is, I think it may be one that has all of it. Yeah, it is. So I've got my 2 science textbooks, and then I've got my exercise book, which 128 pages is normally good because it lasts during the year, but it's really easy to just get another one in term 3 or 4 if you need it. And then I've got another notebook, which you need in science definitely for pracs and notes for tests and stuff like that, if they do let you use your notes, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Like if it's an open book
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Open book test.
This is my food technology or home ec for some places. So I've got my textbook here, and then at my school we use a visual art diary because it's sketching ideas for foods and it's really good for pracs. And so I don't get a one of those books that I have for every class because I just don't need it.
And then we've got music.
So obviously for music, the exercise book I have is a music one, and it's half ruled, half staved, so you can take notes on one side, and then on the other side you can write songs or take down notes for songs. Some classes I have, they want you to listen to it and then identify what kind of note it is. And then I've got just the music book for it.
And then we have, this is German, isn't it?
Yes,
'Cause
so
it-
I have,
I don't know German, so I'm assuming that's German.
yeah, Ideen means idea. No, ideas. Idea is idea.
So that's the same as well, your textbook and your exercise book.
Yes. So I've got the 2 German books in here, and then I've got my exercise.
And you don't
book.
have a notebook for that one?
No. This is my English folder. I've got my 2 books that I'll be reading next year. Or this year. It's this year.
This year now, yeah.
And then I've got a notebook, which you can need for English, and the
That might be
exercise
good for
book.
writing notes about the books.
Yeah.
When you're reading it, maybe you can take notes
Yes.
about the chapters. And then, what's this one?
This one looks like my math one. So
That's right, yeah.
I've got 2 graph pads because they wanted. How many pages did they want?
I can't remember, but we couldn't find the exact number that they wanted, so it's just that sort of graph pad.
Yeah. It's a 2mm one, which normally I'm pretty sure it's 4mm or something bigger, but this one's really small.
And an exercise book and
A notebook, which you definitely need for math. Because just things. Normally, before a class, a teacher would talk about the subject that you're going into. So it's good to take notes then, so you remember and you can look back.
And you've got a diary as well that you keep. Did you just buy a new diary?
Yeah, I bought one a little bit before Christmas last year. And last year I had one, I think it was week to view, or day to page actually. This year I've got my own one because I'm all over organization, and so getting my own one was better because it's what I wanted and what would be good for me.
So what's the layout of the new one?
It's a week to view, which is really good for looking and checking when assignments are due and when homework's due.
So is it on one page? It's Monday to Friday,
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
and so
Although-
you can write what is due that week,
Yes.
what subjects are coming up, or
Yeah.
what tests you might have, or if you've got some sort of event going on.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that sort of. I had that sort of diary as well, so I can look and see what was happening for the entire week and prepare myself.
Yeah, well, I've been meaning to get a calendar. It'd be really good for my desk so that I can put it up there, and then for every month I can add things to it. So that could also be another thing, because sometimes you just forget about using a diary, or it's too hard to bring with you everywhere. So I might use the calendar more, but we'll see when the year starts.
At home, so that you can see
Yes.
what's coming up. That might be good for things that are due in 2 weeks, so you can you can
Yes.
start preparing for that. Do you have any advice for anybody that's just about to start high school?
When you get a timetable, sometimes they print it off for you, and if they do print it off for you, then photocopy it and have one maybe in your room, in your locker, so that when you open it up after recess or something, you'll see what subjects you have for the next 2 periods normally, but depends on what your school is like.
You've got a 2-week timetable, so it's
Yeah.
different from week to week, isn't it? Which
Yes.
can be hard to memorize.
Yeah, our teachers actually suggest not to memorize it because it's too much and it can, I don't know,
Be
maybe,
overwhelming.
yeah.
What about preparing for lessons and tasks and things? Any advice?
Well, you should probably, I know that some might be closer, but unless they're due like the next day, get the big ones out of the way first so that you just got little ones to do after.
that's good advice. It is good advice. And also just don't get too overwhelmed. Try and plan out what you have to do. Take each day as it comes. Don't look at the big picture. Sometimes it can be really overwhelming. Just, chunk it down and break it down and take each one as it comes.
And go over your notes maybe the night before a test, which, I mean, that's a very well-known one, but if you've got notes from a math class and you've got a test the next day, just revise over it. Or if you have a chapter review, which your teacher might tell you to do, but make sure you actually finish it, because that really does help, because it goes over every part of what you have learnt, what you'll be doing in your test.
It can be very, very helpful, I think. All right, guys, so that's all we're going to do for now. Jamie might have some more advice about studying in more videos to come. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when we're going to post next. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.